I'm going to introduce you here to a fabulous writing technique, and it's called uplevelling. Here we're going to uplevel a basic, boring sentence. We're going to take it to a higher level. Follow with me from the top. I have a simple sentence. Lots of birds live at the top of the rainforest. That's a perfectly okay sentence. It's correctly punctuated, there are no spelling mistakes, and it makes sense. Lots of birds live at the top of the rainforest. But I'm going to try and make it a bit more interesting. And if you look on the second line in red, I've decided to choose a more interesting noun than lots of. Lots of, well, anyone can say that, but I want to exaggerate a bit, and I want to make it sound a bit more interesting. Millions of birds live at the top of the rainforest. I'm not satisfied, girls. Look what I've done in red on the next line. I don't want to just say birds. I'm going to be more specific. Millions of exotic birds live at the top of the rainforest. When something is exotic, it means it comes from somewhere quite mysterious and exciting. Next level. We're going up a level again. Millions of exotic birds, butterflies and bats. Can you see I've inserted some more nouns in a list? Millions of exotic birds, butterflies and bats live at the top of the rainforest. Okay, let's go up another level. Millions of exotic birds, butterflies and bats inhabit the top of the rainforest. Anybody can say live, can't they? But we're in year 4 and we're ambitious with our writing, so we're going to use a much more scientific word. What do you reckon, girls? We've managed to take that from lots of birds live at the top of the rainforest to millions of exotic birds, butterflies and bats inhabit the top of the rainforest. What do you reckon? Satisfied? I'm not satisfied. I'm going to go higher. Okay, so on our last slide, we finished off with millions of exotic birds, butterflies and bats inhabit the top of the rainforest, as you can see at the top of this slide. We can go better than that. Millions of exotic birds, butterflies and bats inhabit the emergent layer of the rainforest. I don't want to use a boring old word like top. I want people to know that I know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to use the proper scientific word for the top of the rainforest, the emergent layer. Next level. Millions of exotic birds, butterflies and bats inhabit the emergent layer of the rainforest. Flitting and flying from branch to branch. I've added an extra clause with extra information. It is a subordinate clause, because if I were just to say flitting and flying from branch to branch, all on its own, people would look at me as if I was crazy. They'd say, well, what's flitting and flying? What on earth are you talking about? But here, a subordinate clause in red is exactly what we need. We need a bit more extra information. Next level. Millions of exotic birds, butterflies and bats inhabit the emergent layer of the rainforest, flitting and flying gracefully from branch to branch, high above the forest floor. Gracefully? Oh, what sort of word is that? What class of word is gracefully? It's an adverb. I've added an adverb in there to tell my readers exactly how the creatures are flitting and flying. They're flitting and flying gracefully, high above the forest floor. I've got an adverbial there. It tells me where the action is happening. Here's the cherry on my cake. Here's my final sentence. Millions of exotic birds, butterflies and bats inhabit the sunlit emergent layer of the rainforest, flitting and flying gracefully from branch to branch, high above the darkened forest floor, far, far below. Are you impressed? I think you should be impressed with that. Let's have a look at the final slide, and then you can see for yourself exactly where we started and where we ended up. So here we are. This is the full journey that we made when we were up-levelling our really boring basic sentence. We started off with lots of birds live at the top of the rainforest. I didn't say what sort of birds, I didn't say roughly how many. I didn't use the technical word for the top of the rainforest, and I didn't tell anybody what they were doing whilst they're up there. By the time I got to my highest level at the bottom, so to speak, I have a much more advanced Year 4, or possibly even Year 5 standard of sentence. Millions of exotic birds, butterflies and bats inhabit the sunlit emergent layer of the rainforest, comma, flitting and flying gracefully from branch to branch, high above the darkened forest floor, far below.